Good day. In this video we will see how we can leverage Ezrael's spreadsheet together with my Tasty Trade connector, and specifically we will look at the steps that allow you to get a license to connect to Tasty Trade from Google Sheet, use a copy of Ezrael's spreadsheet, and look at the setup, and then we'll look at categorizing our trade and accessing the dashboard. So let's jump into it. So the first thing is really to subscribe to the service that allows you to connect Tasty Trade to Google Sheet, and you do this by visiting my website and clicking on the subscribe button. Note that the email you use or you put in during the payment ideally should be the email that you will use in Google Sheet. If that's not the case, email me and I'll fix it up afterwards for you. Once you have done that, then you can go to the next step and copy Ezrael's spreadsheet. So let's just do this. So I'll put the link in the description as well, but you just need to go to this address and make a copy of this connector, of this spreadsheet with the connector. Let me make a copy, and here we are. So you'll see there are a few tabs at the bottom and a dashboard as well. So first of all, the first thing you have to do is click on this broker connector setup to enter your credential once and for good in the tool. All right, so let's do this. Click on set up your broker connector, and you will need to authorize Google Sheet to access third-party software and APIs. So I need to click OK, select the account that you will be using with your Google Sheet spreadsheet and the license and connect it to the license you've purchased. Then click on Advanced, and then click on Go to Tasty Trade Connection. Click Continue, and finally Allow. This should launch the setup, the connector setup. So let me enter my credentials here. And once you're connected, and you select the account, one account, and select the start date. So you can select any date. I'll stick with 1st of Jan to start with, and then click on Finish Setup. So this will go ahead and download your transactions, your positions, open positions, as well as your netlink from that starting date. So let's have a look at this here. It should pop up at some point. Here we are, it's coming. Yeah. And we have both the transaction, the open positions, and all of your netlink. And the first time you do this, you'll need to delete the rows when it says delete this row once they have been downloaded. It's a kind of a one-time setup. You have to right click on here and delete this row. Similarly, there is nothing in here, but similarly there is one in here in this transaction row data, delete row. Once you are done with this, there's one last setup that we'll need to do, and then you'll be almost able to use it. Specifically, you'll need to enter the grouping here, and we will look at this in a moment. So the last thing to do, the last setup to do, is go to extensions here, click on app script, and in this trigger menu, triggers here, you need to select the code that you would like to run whenever you either open the spreadsheet or refresh the spreadsheet. And in this case, this is Ezrael version of my main, which is called my on open. Just click save, and make sure that if there is an authorization coming, you do the same steps that we did before. meaning you select your email, you authorize, etc. Here, that's what happens most of the time. Select your account, click on advanced, go to Tasty Trade connection, continue, allow, and you should be all set. So you can see that there is now a trigger every time you open the spreadsheet or refresh the spreadsheet. This function which will be launched, and this function actually is the function that is downloading the data for you and downloading the position, etc. Okay, we can close that down, and I guess the last thing you want to do is give this tracker a name. So my tracker, whatever it is, but my tracker, and save it to your drive. You're almost all set. The last bit missing will be the grouping, and we will see in a second. So what Ezrael did is he created some lookups and specific strategies being used in this particular group, Discord group. So here, these are the short names, and you can use these names in both your transaction raw data and position raw data. By this I mean, if I click on position raw data, you need to put the name that corresponds to the particular lookup. So in this case, I think this is called Bill, because obviously this is Bill. And all of these, pretty much, most of these are Balalaika, so I can put, so I know that these two are, so I would just put Bal, etc. And there is some hints on how to name these things. And once you've done that for all your open positions, as well as all your past transactions, so it takes a bit of time the first time, you have to do this thoroughly. Once you've done that, then all of a sudden you will see, it will start to populate the values that are related to your particular trade. So I'll stop here. I won't spend time putting all the details, but this is just to give you an idea of what you will get with this dashboard. All right. Last but not least, going back to the slide, I'd like to show you one more thing. It's very likely that you will receive, first time you do it, you will receive an email from Tasty Trade asking whether it was you connecting kind of remotely from Google Spreadsheet. You have to click on yes, this was me, otherwise your account might be paused and you won't be able to do anything. Your Tasty Trade account will be in a kind of pause mode. So you click on yes, it was me, and then you should be all set. All right. Last, some of the links, but I'll put these links in the comment below as well, so you can if you have questions, you can reach out to me or these other resources where you can find these videos, links, subscriptions, etc. Thank you for listening.